What's going on? Big Reggie in the house. My horror brother from another mother. That's right. Horror. That's how we do. We're keeping it horror. We're keeping it popping. Talking horror films today. Had some fun an hour ago with Mr. Tony of the Dead, and we reacted to the new Scream trailer, which was a lot of fun. And now we're keeping it horror movie related because we love the genre. That's right. That's why Radical Reggie's here to represent, son, the genre again. And if you missed our episode yesterday, we talked about Prince of Darkness. So if you missed that, make sure you guys check that video out. And, of course, subscribe to Radical Reggie because he's the man. But, yeah, we had to get together to talk about these movies, these two movies. Hold on. First of all, let's see what's up here in the chat. We got Flick Snacks and Nick Knacks. He says, let's go. Jake Hall, hello, everyone. What's going on? Heather, what's going on? Adam Evans and Patty. Oh, yeah, got the badasses watching. That's how we do it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it and get the horror movie genre talk discussion on two of these movies. Now, when I hit you up, Reggie, about these movies, have you seen these like a long time ago and you forgot? Or this was like fresh?
I saw the second one a long time ago.
Okay.
And, the first one I'd never really seen that one, so that was pretty new to me. It was awesome going back.
Because I remember watching these with my sisters like 5 billion years ago when I was young, and I remember enjoying it. I remember they were laughing and having a great time. My older sisters, but then that was so long ago. Mm-hmm. It's been so long. So when I rewatched both of them recently, it was almost like watching them for the first time. It felt like the first time, because it's been so long. And then I had to hit you up. I was like, Reggie, you gotta watch these movies, man. So you rewatched them, and you hit me up back. You're like, oh my god. So yeah, what's going on, Browntown? What's cracking? So yeah, so the Stepfather movies. Let's go ahead and have some fun and talk about it. The first Stepfather came out back in 1987, baby. Oh, yeah. Directed by Joseph Rubin, starring the amazing. The reason to watch these two films, the amazing Terry O'Quinn as Jerry Blake. You have Shelley Hacken here, Jill Sholin. I think I said that name wrong. She plays Stephanie, the daughter, and Shelley plays Susan. But yeah, plot synopsis. So after murdering his entire family, as you do, a man marries a widow with a teenage daughter in another town and prepares to do it all over again. Oh man. So when I sat down and watched this with Lady Fatblood, dude, this was her first time like watching it. So, oh my God. So right off the bat, you got a good movie. We're right in the beginning. Like they can pull no punches. And we're introduced to Blake, like right in the beginning. This is how the movie starts, you guys.
I didn't even know that was him.
Oh, you didn't know this was him because of the beard and everything, right? Yeah. This is how it starts, right? And he's, obviously something has gone down, right? And he's looking in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can see him giving himself a haircut, changing the color of his eyes, shaving his beard, totally transforming himself. And then he walks down the steps, and this is what you're greeted with. This is the beginning of the movie, guys. You're greeted with this. Like this. Carnage. No, what? Just the poor family. They didn't make it. All right. Obviously, it didn't work out. Right. Mm-hmm. The one of the kids must have kept fucking with the air conditioner thermometer. It kept turning it or something. I don't know. The steak wasn't cooked well. I don't know what happened here, okay? But what makes this great is the fact, look what he's doing right now.
I know, he's a neat freak.
He's walking out. Before he walks out, he picks up the seat cushion and puts it back on the chair, all right? This is the beginning of the movie, guys. This is fucking hilarious, and then he walks out. And because of the carnage that's in the back here, right? I have no interest whatsoever to watch the Stepfather remake that came out in 2009 just for the fact that it's PG-13. I was like, come on, it's PG-13. It's like, what's the point? It's not like these movies are hugely gory or anything.
Right.
They're actually kind of tame compared to what me and Reggie are used to. But there's still some good slasher stuff in here. But still, it's like you can't come on, PG-13, get the fuck out of here, man. So like I don't know. It would have to be up to the Movie Dojo Army to be like Samurai Guy. It's actually really good to check it out, and I'd be like, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's the beginning, guys. That's the beginning of the movie. So let's keep it rocking and rolling. So what is it like a year later? Of course, he changes everything, his whole look and way of life, and he's actually becomes a real estate agent here, a very successful one.
Yeah.
So what makes these movies work? We're talking about the first one first. What makes the first movie? Well, they both work for us, but what makes this character of Blake in this movie work, Reggie?
I think his ability to like adapt to situations, to like this new stuff, like he's able to adapt like easily. You know, as long as things are going smoothly, he's happy and he's doing his thing pretty much. You know, he's the master of disguise, as you would say.
Yes.
So
until he fucks up once in a while, I mean, like everything's going so good, especially with both movies. Everything's going so good, and he has to like screw himself over somehow with a little mistake. But yeah, no, that's a great point you made there. But like, yeah, for me, it's Terry, man, playing these.
His character.
Yeah, if anyone else, bland or generic, tried to play Blake, this movie wouldn't have worked. Both of these movies wouldn't have worked. I think Terry is the reason to watch because he's just so likable. He's just the sweetest, most trustworthy, romantic. Like, I mean, this guy had like we going to the barbecue, Reggie. Blake invited us over. We going to the barbecue. Okay, he wants to sell us a house, Reggie. We gonna buy it.
Yep.
Right. I mean, it's just that character. You know, he's just so good until he doesn't want to be good anymore. Right. And you know, and you have these moments in this movie where he's just really just like he turns it on. You could see as much as he tries to hide it, and he does such a great job.
And you know, that's pretty much his downfall too, because he likes everything to be so perfect, but when something's not perfect, he flips out. Overly so. And then that makes the people around him looking at him like, hey, where did that come from? What's wrong with him? You know, that's like out of character. And
and even with this lovely photo here, you could tell the daughter on the left is not having it. Like, because you know, her father passed away. You know, and of course, you know, Terry's like, ooh, here's my opportunity to sneak in here, and he gets in good with the wife, and becomes the stepfather, the stepdaddy. And then, you know, she's just, you know, it's too soon. She's still grieving her dad. She doesn't really trust Terry, which brings up some very awkward moments throughout like some very awkward moments throughout the movie. You know, it's just like, he's just like, you know, because she wants to get away. At some point, she's even like, you know, maybe I should just go to boarding school. Because she just wants to get out of the house and get away from him. And he switches. Like, he's just like, what did he say? He's like, why do you want to leave? You know, and he's all like,
he's shocked by it.
Yeah, he's all like, when the child is gone, it's not a family anymore. You know, that was his response.
Which was a weird response.
Oh, man. But once everything's going good, right? He's got the barbecue with the people in the neighborhood. They all love him. Everything's going great. And then when things are starting to bother him, basically word gets out that because of the previous murder a year ago, gets out that his family passed away, and the daughter starts to get suspicious because they never found the guy.
Right.
And we have this scene where she wants to get a photo of the gentleman sent to the house so she has her suspicions. Of course, you know, Blake's like, what the fuck? This bitch, you know, and then he slips in a different photo and then gives it to her. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, he's trying to cover his tracks here. But the scene that got me though was when he starts to get frustrated because of the daughter, because she's just not having it. And we have this scene, I couldn't find a GIF for it, but we have this scene where he goes down to the tool shed, or he goes in the basement, and he just destroys the whole area. He's sawing shit, hammering shit, You know, he's just like, I gotta do this. Saul, my
Mhm.
daughter. You know, he's just going
And she
insane.
and she sits there and watches that whole thing. If I was her, I would have been out of there as soon as I
I
saw that.
know.
But she stayed and watched them the whole time, and it was like such an awkward scene. It's like, ugh, you know, no coming back from that.
Or at least hide to make sure he can't see you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he's just like, and Terry's so good at this part. He's just like, ah, hi, honey. And she's like, what the fuck just happened? All right. I just got to blow off some steam and, I got to do my, you know how it is, the pressure. It's just so great. But, it's not working out. The daughter's just not having it. She's really suspects him and she's trying to get out of there and she does not like it. It's not working out. So her therapist,
Mhm.
I don't know, man, was there something a little extra going on there between the therapist and her? I mean, you have that
No,
once you have that one
no.
scene where she's like, I heard that you're taking my sessions but for half price. Why is that? And I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, is this guy a perv or I
I
don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I think the therapist did that because he was suspicious about the stepfather, the enter.
Okay.
Maybe that was it. I could be totally wrong, but because I think that was the reason possibly because he wanted more information about him. I think that's why
Probably.
yeah, I think that's why they were talking about him during the sessions and stuff. At least I think they
Or he
were.
thought she was hot, which is kind of creepy. But
She
we'll
takes
go
like a
we'll go with your point. We'll go with yours.
okay.
But that was a little weird. I was like, yeah. But the therapist got out of line when he tried to pose as someone trying to buy a house.
Yes, very
This
much
is
so.
where he fucked up.
Hmm.
Yeah, he fucked up big time here, and he starts to poke at Terry. Blake. He starts to poke at Blake, and he even tells him, "You really are a cheerleader for the old traditional values, aren't you, Jerry?" Right?
Wow.
Really, he's poking the bear. He's poking the bear to the point where, you know, Jerry's like, he's like,
He notices right away.
yeah. He's like, so are you here to buy a house? Or are you here to find out about more about me? You know what I mean? He overstays his bounds, and then he catches him in a lie because he says that, oh yeah, my wife, and he's like, wait a minute, you're not married. He's like, hold on a sec, go stand over there for a second. I'll be right back. And then all of a sudden, he beat the shit out of.
Hey, he went to town at this guy.
He went to town, hacksaw Jim Duggan, son. Okay. Like, it was not a good day. Not a good day. You pissed off Blake, man. What the fuck are you doing, man? The guy's not stupid.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, that didn't work out. And then we have this side plot with the previous family that he took out.
Mm-hmm.
The brother of the sister
Mm-hmm.
that he was married to is on his investigation. Like, he's trying to figure out what's going on. How come no one's found this guy yet? So he's searching the neighborhood, doing his investigation process, which hilariously goes nowhere later, which we'll get to. But yeah, before we get to towards the end and we get to the climax here, what were some of the things you liked about the movie and you didn't like? And you're like, okay, they could have did that better.
I didn't like the false sense of hope that they wanted the brother to be like he was going to be a hero that saves everybody. Obviously, um, that was one of the worst parts ever. Um, but other than that, what I liked the most about the movie was the whole the acting on Terry's part was fantastic. That's the winner in my opinion. I didn't like the daughter being so suspicious over like everything. I thought that was too much a little bit. Like a lot of teenagers wouldn't be suspicious about how she was pretty much, but
I mean, she didn't like him as soon as he showed up. Like when he
yeah,
was
pretty much.
when he was just a regular dude. There was no the tale of the murder from the newspaper hasn't even come out yet, and she was already like hating on
Not
this
having them
dude. Yeah,
like bad and everything.
yeah,
So, um, yeah, I would say
that was
those
about
were.
it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Just this dude jobbing out instantly,
This guy shouldn't even been in the movie, in my opinion. But
they
whatever.
they could have took him out. And
Yeah.
you know what's bad about his character is he goes to the Jerry's
Yeah.
wife's
He goes there.
house, and instead of showing her the picture that he has
Hmm.
in his wallet, instead of showing her, hey, are you married to this guy or something?
Hmm.
He goes, no, I'll just come back later when he shows up. Don't tell him anything. And then he goes to somebody else and shows them the photo. It's like you should have shown them the photo of the wife.
Could have saved
Yeah,
everybody.
right. So, but again, Terry playing this character is the saving grace for every little dumb, cheesy part that happens in the movie. You instantly forget about it every time he's on screen. Like you just forget all about it, and then you're just enjoying the ride at this point. But yeah, let's go and get to the climax, man.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's like, you know what? I blew it with the daughter. There's no going back now.
Hmm.
For a second there, it looks like they were kind of getting along, and then he completely blows it
Hmm.
when he goes after her boyfriend. He doesn't kill him, but he kind of breaks up their little smooching session. But once he realizes it's over, probably not going to work out because of the daughter, he changes his identity and job again. Well, not an identity, but he changes his job again
Hmm.
so he can move on. So you know what that means. Most likely the family's not going to make it. It's not going to make it before he leaves. Right? And then he comes home and his wife calls his previous jobs, office, and they're like, this fool don't work here no more. He quit. So when Terry gets home, well, go ahead. I'll let you say the rest. Go ahead.
Well, he got home and he explained to her, so he kind of got away with it, but he was already willing to get rid of him or whatever like that. But then he forgot what his name was, what he was going by there. And he's like, there's that classic tagline, "Who am I here?"
Yeah. Yeah.
You're Jerry. Oh yeah. He grabs that phone.
He's like, thank you, honey. Wow.
And whaps her with that phone.
Oh,
and then
man.
She's in such shock that she's looking at him like, hey, are you okay? Why'd you do that? Like, she should have been out of there. But she's all like trying to like talk to him and everything. He's ready to kill her.
Yeah, and we have there was a little setup of that earlier when he's trying to sell a house to a couple, and he's like so sweet and nice that he's pushing their daughter on the swing set, while they're looking in the house, and he's like talking about his daughter, and she's like, I thought your daughter was named such and such. Who's this? And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. He's like, yeah, he keeps pushing her. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, whatever you say. It's just great. Him like totally botching his previous identity's name and all that stuff.
That's
really
probably one of my
funny.
favorite scenes in the movie. Like when he says, "Who am I here?"
Yeah.
Oh, and then he just flips the switch and like
thank you,
goes
honey.
into killer mode.
Now, did this part? Of course, he like kicks the crap out of her. The daughter hasn't gotten home yet. Did this part freak you out? Did you get freaked out? Did you go, oh no, not the dog?
That I thought they were gonna do it, but then I thought not. The dog is like hasn't done anything to him, so I don't think he was gonna do anything to the dog. But I thought he was gonna use the dog as bait to draw her in. That's what I thought was happening there. But
yeah, as soon as the dog went to him, I was like, oh, dead dog. All right. But no, the dog lived. But yeah, the daughter comes home. He chases after the daughter. You've been a bad girl. Just Terry. We forgot Job Squad. We forgot this guy. We forgot this jobber showing up. Finally finds the house. Goes in there, and then as soon as he confronts Jerry, just stabbed, impaled, dead.
No resistance, pretty much. He's just like Jerry's hiding behind a door, and he looks at him like and gets stabbed. I'm like, dude.
It seemed like the only purpose he had was for his gun to fall out so the wife could get the gun. I think that was the only purpose, but they could have just had a gun in the house and she could have just grabbed that later.
Grabbed that or whatnot, yeah.
Like you really literally could have wrote this guy out of the movie. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty funny though. He just instantly jobbed. I was like, oh my god, did that just happen? He just got
I
killed.
was shocked that the mother was missing shots though. I was like,
And
"Come on, lady, hit
and,
him."
and then Blake had he had like a whole bunch of cheesy one liners, which he made them work because he's Terry. You know, he made them work. He was like, "We should have phoned before you came over first, or something like that." After he stabbed the guy, then he goes up, crashes through the bathroom door, the glass, trying to get the girl. She fights back. She puts up a pretty fun little fight. And then it gets crazy, man. And then the wife grabs the gun, shoots. He's going up the steps. She shoots Blake a couple times. He's still going up there.
Missed a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, come on, you can't be missing.
I know. And then he's still going up there, and the daughter ends the deal, man. That's right. I'm surprised we didn't have a one-liner right here.
You kind of feel. It's gonna be weird to say this, man, but man, I kind of feel bad for him because he just wants a happy family, and he's such a nice guy when things are going his way, but he can't handle it when things happen.
Yeah,
and he flips out. He may be the stepdad of the year, maybe if things.
I know,
right?
Right.
And
yeah.
that look on his face right there, you feel so bad for him. Like everything he's done, no matter what he's done, you're like, man, this guy could have been a good person.
Didn't he say, "I love you," and then he fell back?
I think he said something like that.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool if the daughter gave him a quick kick, just to kind of make sure he went down them stairs.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
But I'm surprised we didn't get a one-liner like "Father's Day's canceled" or some stupid line. I'm surprised that didn't happen. Be honest with you. This year you're getting a fish tie. I mean, you're getting socks. Some cheesy line like that, right? But yeah, he falls down the steps, falls back. You think he's dead? Mm-hmm. And then the daughter and the mother live happily ever after without Mr. Quinn, Mr. Blake, around. But yeah, that Stepfather, man, very entertaining. And to go off of what you just said, it is kind of funny that you feel that way because I feel the same way too because he plays this character so nice and sweet and just the greatest guy ever that in a small demented way you actually want it to work out.
Yeah, he's going to be happy, but
no, man, no, he just kind of flips out, man.
Yeah, that look on his face right there.
Terry got some bonks adventure going on there, man. Look at that.
Pretty much, huh?
He got some bonks adventure forehead there. Look at that. But yeah, really great, man. I'm gonna have to own this on Blu-ray. I'm gonna have to buy this. This is a purchase. Really, really enjoyed it, man. Okay. Really enjoyed it. Now, surprisingly. I'll let you talk about the interesting discovery, Reggie, before we get into Stepfather II: Electric Boogaloo. So what did you find out?
What did I find out? I'm trying to remember.
Before the movie came out.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The movie was actually going to be straight to
video.
Straight to video release.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at the last minute, they decided to put it in theaters, and I think it did somewhat pretty well for the limited release it had.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's arguably which one is more popular, the second or the first, because of that. And the second one, I'm still debating which one I like better, but still.
We could debate. We'll debate by the end. We'll see which one we like better. But I did a little poll just for fun. There's no losers in this because we enjoy both movies. But a lot of people pick the first one over the second one. It is iconic. Like I get it. It is iconic. Okay. But here's the thing though. I mean, we're gonna give our opinion, regardless. But I wanted to show the poll results just for fun. But here's the thing. When you told me that. My expectations were even low. Like I was like, oh no, right? And then, so when I went into this, I was like, oh, this must suck. Like if this was supposed to go straight to video, that means maybe they didn't have enough confidence for it or whatnot.
Right.
And obviously, the
Well, the first one did
produ-
well, so you thought they would
yeah,
might be able to have faith in this one.
right. And when you start watching the movie, you could see that it has that straight to cable look to it. Like
Right.
you could tell the
Long,
production
long drawn out
value.
scenes that are too
Yeah,
long or whatnot. Yeah, stuff like that.
you could tell. You could tell the
But his
budget is cut. It's a
it is,
smaller budget movie.
but his acting.
However,
Hmm.
that did not the smaller budget and the TV look did not deter it from us being entertained as hell with this one. So, Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy, came out in 1989. This time directed by Jeff Burr. That's right. And again, reprising his role, you have Terry O'Quinn here as Blake. Also starring the lovely Meg Foster. And for all you Texas Chainsaw 2 fans, we got Stretch up in here. We got Caroline Williams as Maddie, and we have the late Jonathan Brandis in here as well. So, yeah, I wasn't not expecting to like this one this much. But here's the quick plot synopsis. So, after escaping the insane asylum in which he was incarcerated, Jerry Blake impersonates a marriage counselor and manages to win over a patient who is Meg Foster and her young son. Yeah, so I was not expecting to really, really like this one a lot. So before we move on, let's rate the first one, okay?
Okay.
Because this is an actual official review, Reggie.
Okay.
You're reviewing movies, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, so here on the channel, 3 is average, right? And you can go 3.5, 4, 4.5. You can do it like that, or you could do numbers, points.
Okay.
But out of 5, 3 is average on the channel. For the first Stepfather, I'm going 4. 4 out of 5 stars.
I'm gonna give it a 4 as well.
Okay.
The reason I wouldn't give it a 5 or anything like that because there should have been more killing in the movie. I
Right.
know there was kills in the beginning, but we didn't see them happen. So like I think we only seen like 2 kills in that movie, and that
Yeah.
was about it. So yeah,
But they
that's
were
my rating
fun.
they were fun.
Yeah, of course, more body count, more points for us, right?
Hmm.
All right. So that was 4 from both of us for the first
Yes.
Stepfather movie. Now let's talk about the second one. So this guy right here, this
Oh
guy,
my God.
is this the dumbest psychiatrist counselor ever in movie history?
Yeah.
I think in movie history, in film history, this character has to be the dumbest psychiatrist counselor ever. Like it's like you have Blake is insane. You know he's insane.
Hmm.
No, it's okay. Unhandcuff him. It's fine.
Leave the room. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Take his handcuffs off and then telling the security to leave. Like, no, it's all right. Nothing's gonna go wrong here. And of course, obviously, it goes wrong for him and the security guard. And old Blake, he got them smarts, man. So
It went
took
dead
the
wrong for him.
that's right. Took security guard's clothes, snuck out of the prison,
Hmm.
and that's our movie. So again, a year later goes by, and like as similar to the first one, he changes his identity again.
Oh, before we continue, I have to ask you
Sure,
this.
sure.
Don't you think the thing that should have happened, like he was in jail for what he did? I mean, do you think he would really be in an insane asylum after what he did? They would actually like find him in court, like, hey, he's just insane. Just put him in an insane asylum.
It's tricky.
I guess it is because
It depends on how the court went. Like if
right,
he's pleading insanity and they say, okay, he could do that.
right,
You
okay,
know, I mean, you think they would just put him in the chair and call it a day, or have him serve life, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever hear that classic Richard Pryor joke that I'm going to botch right now? There was a joke where he was talking about how he was filming a movie with what's his name? Willy Wonka. What's his name?
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Thank you. And they filmed at a real prison, right,
Oh.
with real inmates, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, Wilder is so friendly and everything that he's just hanging out with him and all that. Hey, what's going on, brother? All that, right? And he's like, Gene, get over here. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing, right? And he's like, don't be an idiot, okay? Just be careful, right? And then Richard Pryor looked down. He was like looking around, and he's like, he started to feel bad. You know, he's like, you know what? I'm starting to feel sad. You know, he's like, look at all my brothers in here, man. Like this ain't right, man. This is depressing. He started getting emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Fuck it, I'm actually gonna go up and talk to one of them." So he goes up to one of them in one of their cells. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, brother, man? How you doing, man?" And the guy goes, "Hey, man, I'm living every day, man, trying to make it and get to the next day, man." And Pryor goes, "If you don't mind me asking, why you here, man? What happened? You know, you could talk to me." And the guy inside the jail cell goes, "Well, I killed my whole family." And Richard Pryor goes, "Why?" And he goes, "They was home." And after that, Richard Pryor said, "I thank God for prisons." It's like, thank you, Jesus, for prisons. Yes.
He said they were home. Oh my God.
Classic old school Richard Pryor joke, man. Yeah. Yeah. He's going around, thank God for prisons. He said he never moved so fast. He was hanging out with Gene Wilder for the rest of the shoot. Yeah, I thought I'd share that. That was really funny. Oh, my God. Anyway, but yeah, here we go. So it's been a year later. Boom. Changed his identity. He's doing the damn thing, looking smooth.
Is that his real hair, you think? Like, you comb it over a little bit? Or?
Maybe. It don't,
Huh.
this is Locke from Lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which blew my mind.
I know him from another movie. Blind
Which
Fury.
One? Which one?
Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer.
That's right. He was in that. That's another great movie. That's a great movie. And we just reviewed Silver Bullet not too long ago. He played the sheriff in Silver Bullet. But yeah, I mean, he seemed like he shaved his head pretty early here. I mean, I don't know. It looks like he's kind of that Bonks adventure's creeping out, man. I don't know. I think he had to do a little something, get going there with the ladies. Speaking of the ladies,
oh my God,
you have to talk about this scene. This scene in the movie is one of the funniest scenes ever. Go ahead and talk about it.
So back in the 80s, early 90s, they used to do these video services of how you would date people. So you would look at a videotape and pretty much decide if that person was someone you were on a date with. And as Terry's character is looking at these women, one of them is so horrible. I mean, you got his expression watching these videos. It's like so funny. I mean, one of them he looks at, he just turns. The other one he's just utterly disgusted, and one of the girls doesn't even talk. She just like looks around and whatever like that. And he's like, he's about to turn away, then he stops. He looks, and he just turns again. It's so funny. That's one of the coolest parts of the movie.
It's so funny, dude.
It really is.
Because like the first lady's like, well, what I want in a guy is, I'm all considered about his, this depends on what he's got in his trust fund and what kind of car he drives and all that. And he's just like, this is his look. Like, he's just like, what the fuck is wrong with these women?
Yeah.
It's so funny. And like you said, the last one, he's like completely clueless, like where she's at or what she's doing. She doesn't even talk. She's just like looking around and he's like confused and like, what?
Like, what's going on?
He's like looking at the remote, like, should I turn it? Like, what is happening? When you're creeping out the stepfather, that's fucking hilarious, man. Like, that's really funny. Oh man. But he has his sights on a new family. That's right. He comes across Meg Foster here and their son. That's right. Look at that skateboard. Look at that. Wow. That's 80s colors right there, man. But yeah, they're the new target. And he does very well in this one. It doesn't take him long to get with Meg or charm and Meg. Meg's character. And even bonding with Jonathan, Jonathan Brandis' character here. They actually start bonding. And he even teaches him the whistle that came back from the first movie.
Which kind of like ends up being his downfall, but we'll get into that.
Again. It's
Yeah.
like everything's going right, and Terry has to ruin it for himself.
Hmm.
But yeah, let me get the characters' names right. So Meg's Carol, and Jonathan's Todd. So you have Carol and Todd, and Maddie is the
Hmm.
friend. All right. But yeah, what I liked about this one is it's not just the same old. It's very similar, but it's not exactly the same as the first one. I like the fact that this time around, the kid likes him.
Yeah.
I like that. It's not just the same thing.
Hmm.
And, having a douchebag of a father who left them, that didn't, that kind of helped too. Like he's like, oh,
Right.
fuck this guy. I like this new dude hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what did you think of the scene where the marriage counselor scene where Blake's sitting down with all the other women and the
It was so funny because he's so wholesome. He didn't understand what was going down and everything. And all the other women knew, but he didn't. He's like, "What do you mean?" That part
oh
was
my
great, dude.
god, oh
I
my
thought it was
god,
hilarious.
like the oldest woman that was there was talking
Hmm.
about how when she do the thing, the husband doesn't like it unless she hums show tunes. Yeah. And then once she describes what the doing the thing is, and then you
Hmm.
see Blake's face is like, he's like, doesn't know how to react.
No words.
It's fucking hilarious. It is hilarious. And speaking of hilarious, I'm going to let you talk about this. So, douchebag husband comes back acting like he's king shit.
Yeah.
And of course, Blake's like, oh, no, 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 partner. This is not going to happen. This ain't going to happen. So,
So
he
he,
invite, go ahead.
so her ex husband came back, and pretty much was trying to like get back with her or whatnot.
Hmm.
So him being an alpha, he sees like Terry's character and is trying to like look at him like, all right, there's no need for you to be around here or whatnot and
Yeah.
everything. So there's that tension there already or whatnot.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is that since he's playing a psychiatrist, um, Meg Foster's character, which is Carol, wants her husband to go see him, uh, uh, Terry's character, to have a session with him,
Yeah.
and this session part ends up being something like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Boom. Yeah. Look at his face.
Look at his face right before it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't go well for Butch here. It doesn't
it
go well.
it
And
does
I
not.
think we got some classic one-liners too. I think there were some one-liners thrown in there.
Hmm.
But I'll get to this. I'll let you talk about the very next scene, man.
So pretty much what happens is, well, I want to talk about one more scene before I go into
Go
that
ahead.
one. He gets a call from Carol while what's his name here? While Phil's body is there, and hey, can you have him call me as soon as you're done? He said,
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. And then he looks at his dead body and says, hey, Carol wants you to call her. I'm like, so it's like this guy's dead. He's talking to him like he's still alive and everything like that. So pretty much what he does, he takes Phil's car, goes back to the hotel he's staying at because he's just in a hotel staying. He,
Oh.
he he cleans up the hotel like he left. Phil's body is in the trunk. He takes his car to a junkyard and starts crashing it around, getting it all junked up. And then he's talking to Phil in the back, like, "Hey, hang on, Phil! Whoa, bumpy ride!" And then the car ends up breaking down because he's crashing it and everything. And he says, "Hey, you shit would have went with an American car." And it's like all these one-liner jokes, so funny, dude. And the music is playing at the time. It's like, dude, it's great. That's my favorite
Oh
scene in
my
the movie.
oh my god, dude. This, yeah, you're definitely right, man. I was rolling, bro. Like,
Look at his face. He's so happy. This guy is in the truck. He's in the truck. He's just crashing his car.
oh my god, dude, I'm crying right now.
Dude.
My tears are coming out.
And the crazy thing is
Oh shit.
Phil had one of the most like probably horrible fates in the movie because not only was he killed, but his body was pretty much in the junkyard and it got crushed while it was
Yeah,
in the trunk. So,
yeah.
and then during that scene where his body's getting crushed, he's telling Carol that hey, he left town. She said, "Do you think he'll ever come back?" He's like, "I don't think he'll ever come back again." And it shows his body being crushed in the freaking compactor. I'm like, wow, this guy. It's a brilliant scene. I love it.
Oh my God. Ooh, man. Ooh, you had tears. You got tears coming out, Reggie. You got me
Yeah.
dying over here. So everything again going well, but we love Stretch, but the character of Maddie does the dumbest. What probably it's been one of the dumbest things I've seen in a horror
Yeah.
slasher movie in a long time.
Hmm.
Now, with a lot of horror movies, you're going to get dumb characters, right? Oh, instead of going out the front door, they run up the stairs, right?
Right.
You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some dumb characters that make dumb decisions. But this has to be. This was a big one. This was pretty dumb. This has to be one of the dumbest things ever. So, she's post office. She's involved with delivering the mail. So she decides because she doesn't trust Blake because when she went over his house, she found the so-called notes that he was taking during her session, and she looked in there and there's nothing in there. There's nothing written down, and he catches her, right?
Right.
So ever since then, she's been very like, I don't know about this dude. So she just, she broke the law going through somebody else's mail.
Hmm.
But that's not what's dumb. What's dumb is, I mean, I don't advise that. But what's dumb is
She.
instead of going straight, you can in the mail is the previous owner, who's
Hmm.
basically the identity Blake has taken, who is was a tall black dude played basketball in the '60s or some shit.
Look nothing
uh,
like him, and
yeah,
that was her downfall. Pretty much, she made herself a target. You didn't even realize she was so cocky uh,
yeah.
that she made herself a target. Kind of like the guy in the first movie, like how
That's. I
he didn't
think you
report the
nailed
fight.
it. She was cocky.
Yeah, very.
I think you nailed it because I'm
She
like,
felt.
what the fuck are you doing?
She felt like she was in
Instead,
no danger.
yeah. Soon as she saw that, she should have went straight to Meg
Hmm.
Foster's house,
And told
and
her.
told her, and then that would have been it. That would have been
Hmm.
it. But no, she meets with him. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and he goes, well, let me. He goes, you caught me, okay. I'll let. I keep calling her Meg Foster. I'll let Carol know. I'll let Carol know myself. Please, could you allow me to do that myself?
Charmed
And
her.
yeah, he goes, give me until 5 o'clock, and then you can come over and we'll all hash it out. But let me tell her first. And I was just like, this, you are so dumb, you know.
And you know what he ended up doing? He ended up going there and making love to her, which was actually a pretty good scene too. Meg Foster was pretty hot in that scene. I was like, wow.
Hey, Evil Lynn, son. That's right, Evil
So
Lynn. They
after he
live.
after he pretty much did that, he took care of business there. He says now it's time to take care of Carol. I mean, not
But why
Carol,
was that a
Maddie.
why was that a big deal though? Him doing the deed. Why was that a big deal?
To keep her under control, to make sure that she wouldn't believe anything like that
Yeah,
her friend
because
was saying.
she tried to jump his bones earlier. Carol did, remember? And he was like, "Oh no!" He was so
That's right.
pure. He was so pure.
That's right.
He's like, "I only want to do it on our wedding night." And he walked out, and she was looking at him like, what
Yeah,
the hell is wrong
you went
with
back
you,
there.
right?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Come
And then
on,
when he
man.
came back to her, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." That was like a big deal. So she like
Hmm.
trusted him even more. But
Exactly.
yeah, let's just say after him doing the deed, he went to visit old Maddie, and didn't work out. Yeah, I love how he's vacuuming and sweeping up the place. Yeah, it didn't work out for poor Maddie there. Yeah, it didn't work out.
Even took a couple items,
Yeah, he did. The wine.
Yeah.
He took her wine, and that got him busted too. And
Hmm.
speaking of getting himself busted, that whistle, that he taught, oh god damn it, Todd.
Hmm.
After he killed Maddie, he left. He jumped over her fence and came across
Whistling.
this guy's house.
Yep.
And he was blind, but he heard the whistle.
Yeah,
And he
and
told me,
it was an old song. He's like, man, what the
Mhm.
heck? Like, who whistles that?
yeah. And of course, now Blake's desperate. He's like, "Fuck, we got to get married quick. We got to do this now." And she's like, "My best friend just died. Can we wait a little longer?" He's like,
He's like, that was yesterday. Come on.
"She would want us to get married right away. Come on."
Yeah.
So she goes along with it. I was like, "Holy shit, man, that's pretty trusting." and everything's going sweet. Everybody's in the chapel.
Hmm.
Everybody's dressed up, looking lean and mean. And then what happens?
Well, pretty much, she hears her son whistling that song right when they're about to get married. She's like, "Hey, where'd you hear that song from?" And this is where things pretty much unravel. The son doesn't remember at first. He's like, "Oh, I think Jerry taught it to me, or whatever, like that." And then after that happens, he walks in, and then she starts to question about where do you get the wine bottle from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then everything starts to unravel. He's trying to like kind of deflect from it, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
Failing.
oh my God, Meg Foster in this part where she yells at him for the first time in the movie, that's like, man, some good acting right there, because she threw me off. I was like, dang, man, like it's the kind of yell to make you straighten up, or like, hey, well, I better be serious here, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
When she yelled at him, instead of
Yeah.
cursing at him, that was really good on her part. But then he flipped out again, and when he
Yeah. That
flips
was
out,
it.
people get hurt. So pretty much, he said, "You'll never have somebody like me, darling," and he pretty much like was about to strangle her until her son came in. And he
Yeah.
flipped out on the son. He grabbed that bottle that he got from Maddie's house and like tried to whack the son with it and started chasing him. He
Yeah.
missed the kid. The way the scene looks when the kid ducks, it's like he ducked just in time where he got whacked with that bottle. And he starts chasing the kid, Todd, down the hall, locks him into
Yeah.
a door, and then him and Carol get into like one of the most epic
Dude.
domestic violence fights I've
Dude.
ever
It
seen.
was a fight.
Yeah, they were fighting, dude. I was like, dude,
They
this is
really upped
insane.
the ante compared to the first movie. They
Yes.
really upped the ante with the brutality and violence
Hmm.
compared to the first one.
Yeah.
Like this was no joke, bro. Like this was like you going down, and everyone in the chapel don't hear any of this because this is happening in the reception area
Hmm.
where the food and stuff is at. Like
And there's
nobody's
music.
in there.
Right.
Yeah. So this was, dude. All I gotta say is props to the stunt woman. Props to the stunt woman, unless it was a stunt man in a wig. I don't know. But props to the stunt woman because, dude, there was parts where he like threw her through doors.
Yeah.
Like it was like, rah, bah, like it was
Hmm.
crazy. She stabbed the shit out of him.
And
You
and, he,
know.
and he's still talking about working things out while he's doing this. Like, hey,
Yeah.
it was it was so
Dude, like,
he was so far gone, man. It was
oh
like, dude,
yeah, yeah, and of course, Todd, get the name right. Todd came out of that closet. He just got done watching Old Boy. He grabbed one of them hammers. He came out there. That's right, and pulled a Corey Feldman from Friday the 13th series. That's right, and just basically got the last final blow and
it was funny because
fucked him up.
Jerry was like, "Hey, Slugger, you wouldn't hit me." It was so funny, though, how he was trying to like charm the kid not to hit him again. But he hit him again, and that
Yeah,
was pretty much it for him. But
yeah,
then after that happens, you get this sad scene where they leave, and he's next to the wedding cake and everything like that, and he's just so bummed out and sad, like he failed again, and you kind of feel bad for him again that it didn't work out. And I feel weird saying that, but you kind of want things to work out for him because he seemed like such a nice guy. But we were fooled again. We were
yeah,
fooled again.
yeah.
And before that happens, though, Meg Foster and her son go into the chapel, and everybody sees them, and they're all shocked, and like that's a crazy scene as well. They're like, "Oh my God!" She walks down the aisle with him, like it's a weird scene because they're not calling the ambulance or the police, but I
They're
guess
just
that's
probably, hey, let's get towards other people are. Maybe it'll help, for
pretty much,
safety
yeah.
purposes. What made me laugh, though, as soon as they walked in there, they were playing da 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 da. And then when everyone started seeing them, they started screaming. And then the person playing the organ was like, da 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 da.
Yeah, it's like, what
Like,
the heck, dude? it's
yeah,
it is such a great experience seeing both of these movies, but I hate to say this, man, but there is a Stepfather 3, but
I know.
unfortunately, out of respect, we're not going to go into that one because
No,
it's not
no,
really worthy of being a part of the first two movies. I'll just say
no.
that. So
And I read the plot synopsis and I was already done. I was like, no, no.
yeah,
It would have to be really good word of mouth. Like if the movie Dojo Army hits me up, or people that are like the movies we like,
mhm,
no, seriously, it doesn't have Terry in it, but it's hilarious or it's gory. It has to be one of those. But if
right,
it's run of the mill, we're gonna pass on that one.
right.
Or we're not even gonna bother with the remake. You can't do this. You can't do this PG-13. Like stop. Like, stop neutering our horror icons.
And
Oh, but
I, I,
yeah.
I think they could have got Terry to go back and do the third movie if they offered more money. Probably. I think
And
he
you know
probably would.
what? You know what? We'd be there.
Yeah.
If there were 5 of these, we'd watch it if he was playing Stepfather.
We would
But
actually start cheering him on. Maybe like, man, hopefully this will work out this time.
but there's another part I forgot to mention in the fight was they're like kind of both choking each other and they're spinning,
Right.
and at the same time the cake got knocked over. So as a metaphor, the little plastic figures of man and wife embracing that was on the cake is falling down at the same time they're like choking each other out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I was like, oh, look at that. We're getting a little bit of stylistic here with the fight.
I wanted to ask you something. So the cover of the Stepfather Part 2 shows him with a knife in the birthday cake, and it shows Todd and Carol's character, but there's a girl on there as well.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom there, see the cover art of our screen? There's a daughter there and a dog. Yeah, there's no daughter and dog in this.
they didn't make the budget, figured they didn't need
They didn't make the budget.
They'll make the poster. I think they'll make the poster before they do the movie, pretty much. I'm guessing. So
we have Adam here saying, "Don't even try with the remake." So there you go. Nice. Another, I think there was something. Oh, another a nice little moment with Blake when he's stabbed and he's dying. He reaches over and grabs the little plastic figure of them embracing, the bride and groom embracing, and he looks up and he goes, "Until death," and then he falls over. Yeah, and then it goes to.
Also, I wanted to kind of say that she stabbed him right where he got stabbed in the first movie. If you noticed that part. Yeah, kind of like stabbed in the same spot. So, whoa. So, man. The way she stabbed him, though, I forgot he said, "Hey, let's work this out." And then she just, all of a sudden, you just see that knife going through him. He's like, "Ah!"
It took a couple of hits to get him this time. It seemed like he jobbed a little easier. Yeah, he was
fighting
crazy.
To make it work out. Yeah.
But yeah, just pure slasher, thriller, horror entertainment. And of course, Terry kills it as the role as Blake. We will never forget this scene.
Yes.
Oh my God. And it's just, he's having so much fun.
Let's go for a ride.
Should have got an American car. Should have got American. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to go against the grain here, man. And I'm going to review this. You know what? I love the first one, but I'm giving this, we gave the first one a 4. I'm giving this a 4.2.
I'm going to give this one a 4.5.
All right, fuck it. I change it. I'm going 4.5. I was gauging you. I don't know how high you were going to go. I was like, well, he may not go that high. 4.5, yeah.
I just figured there should have been some more people he took care of, maybe some more kill scenes or whatever like that. And I also felt the junkyard scene should have been longer. Like the crashing part, it should have been a little bit longer than it was. It seemed like it was cut short. Maybe if there's a DVD out there and it's extended, that's a longer scene, hopefully. But that's about it, though. I would say I feel like this one's better than the first one because
more kills are fun. It's the first one has a bigger budget. It's probably a lot better, well made, but this one is just more entertaining.
Right, and his acting came out more in this one too. I thought.
Yeah,
I really did.
You kind of spent a little bit more time with him, not so much with the kid this time. I think that movie benefited that.
His many faces, like being a psychiatrist. I mean, oh my God, dude! Like
he's just writing nothing. He's just holding the tablet.
Paper.
Oh my God!
Wow.
But yeah, both of these are very entertaining. You know what would have made both of these movies 5-star caliber if it had this soundtrack.
Do the step daddy, do the step daddy, do the step daddy, do the step daddy, step daddy.
Johnny Witherspoon.
I'm here all week, folks. I'm here all week. Samurai Guy, that's right. And of course, everybody watching right now is like, what the fuck was that? That's a real song. That exists. If you want to listen to a hilariously bad song called Stepdaddy.
I think the soundtrack's called 85 Cents or something like that, right? Y'all with this his album?
Is it?
It's called 83 Cents or something like that, like 53 cents, something like that. I know he has an album out of him of rap and stuff.
I thought that's what it was called. I mean, I thought that's what it cost to buy the album was 53 cents.
Oh wow!
Oh man, that's what you get. You come to Samurai Guy's channel, you get jokes for days, baby. Oh man, but yeah, look that up. You want to see something hilariously bad? You know what? Somebody out there should do a highlight video of both of these movies to this song.
Do the step daddy, do the step daddy, do the step daddy, do the step daddy.
Okay, the album is called 63 Cents.
Okay, 63 cents. Oh, we went up. All right.
It's on Apple Music.
That's it. I've ruined it for you now. I've ruined these movies now for you, Reggie, because now you're just going to hear that song. Oh, man. Well, hey, you know, Samurai Guy's got to make you laugh. This was a blast, my friend, as always. Oh, yeah. I'm laughing at comments right now. Everybody's busting up in comments right now. Hey, I succeeded. I succeeded. Oh, shit. Hey, thanks all you badasses for watching and hanging out with the old Samurai Guy. That's right. And Radical Reg, Big Reg in the house, son. Representing horror movies, baby. That's right. We've been on a roll. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Knocking them out.
Man. Yeah, man. Thanks again for hanging out with the old Samurai Guy. And tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're gonna switch it up tomorrow. We're going back to the martial arts action genre. And Samurai Guy is going to be hanging out with Therese Chen, a martial artist, stunt woman, filmmaker from Silver Harvest. We're going to talk about the newest movie that came out earlier this year called Yakuza Princess. Join us for that tomorrow. We're going to review that live. Thursday's the big versus, baby. That's the big one. And Reggie already knows, but you don't know if you're not a channel member, so sorry. Only the badass channel members know what's going down. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Keep watching movies, especially horror films. Check out the Stepdaddy movies. Stepdaddy. Do the Stepdaddy. Check them out. The first two only.
Yes.
And have fun with that. And we'll see you badasses next time.